Johnson said that I would say a little bit about the history of this union. The history of this union is as old as myself. Can anybody think about how old I am? Ola is almost 60. Don't be confused with the gray hair. Okay, I know you doubt how old I am. I can tell you I'm 76, getting 77. And like Brian will say, what have old men doing in the trade movement? They wanted union for young people. We were also young when I joined in 1969. And oh yes, she's surprised. I was elected shop steward in 1969. Then East African Post and Telecommunication was the company I worked for. But that's history. I just wanted to say that the union is that old. It was born in 1949. That's the year I was born myself. This union was born in a place called Bangati. Bangati was then known as Central Training School, where the post office employees used to be trained then. Now it is multimedia university. There, I think that time we are told that unions were meant for Africans, Asians, and Europeans. You could not mix together the way we are today. So if you are in Loiwo and Dungo, you had a union. But later on in 1957, it was officially registered, because you can remember that was shortly before independence. If you came to office today, the certificate was in 1957. The union was then called the Union of Post and Telecommunication Employees. Okay. It was UPT because it was one union, one company. If you are an employee of East African Post and Telecommunication, we used to have one in Uganda, we used to have one in Tanzania, and one in Kenya. So it lasted, the first general secretary of this union was Kibiso. Fred Kibiso, some of you had Fred Kibiso. But before Mboya went into politics, he decided to give Kibiso to take the leadership of Kenya Federation of Labour, which is a precursor of the current COWUK. Then I think somebody called Yamo took over the union. Then after Yamo, then Chadu Kadongo became the general secretary. He was taken over by Ali Mohammed. After Ali Mohammed died, Judy Witt became the general secretary. Judy Witt also left and became the general secretary to this stage. That's the short and long of our history. At that time I said we were representing only one company, but later on, in the year 1997, the World Bank and their group decided that some companies had to be liberalized, particularly those within government. They were saying government has no business doing business. So they wanted these things to be, reorganized so that we came out with so many other institutions. So in the year 1997, the KPTC then was reorganized, and out of this they became PCK, they became Telecom Kenya, they became CA, which is the Communication Authority, they became the Gilgil Telecom Industries, and the training school there. So then we went into those smaller areas. Then, as you all know, I think by that time most of you were now born, telecommunication was generally changing. So things took a different shape. Mobile phones came, and the shops came, buying, selling phones. So in our own wisdom, we thought that if we still remain UPT, it means we shall be confined to a small house like this, so we can't get expand. So we decided to change the name of our union to read Communication Workers Union, so that now all the people in the communication sector could easily belong. That's why you see us having Fargo, that's why you see us having a phones direct. Phones direct, they are selling phones. Then we have Fargo Courier, of course, dealing with the courier services. We have Lakeland Courier Services, also dealing with courier services. We have Data Rush, who deals with, of course, courier, but they're smaller than you people. Then we have Jipro, we have Ericsson, we have so many of the companies come, Wananchi, Telecom, and the list is big. So we decided to change our name to Community Workers Union so that then we would amend our constitution to incorporate all the people in the communication sector. As you are aware now, the world has gone digital, and there are a lot of people who are coming around, like content moderators are coming around, we have content creators are coming around, so many companies come in, we have call centers which have come in. The mobile phones that you see here, when you call Safaricom, you will find Safaricom employees. But when you call Airtel, for example, the person who talks to you is not in Airtel. It's in a company called ISON. If you call multi-choice, for example, to look at your TV, then you will find that we'll be having somebody from CCI, which is call center international. So that's what happens behind the scenes. So we amended our union so that we could have all those people that are coming. As Okoto had said, we have Phones Direct, we have PCK, we have Ericsson, we have Egypro. Egypro is an Egyptian company also dealing with they're providing Wi-Fi services. They are providing engines for those who are who are in the communication sector. We have Cambosat, we have KBC, we have Fago Korea, we have Wananchi, we have Lakeland, we have ISON, Betty, Datawatch, and the American. Right now, we are going into that digital space, and we are looking for CCI, we are looking for DHL, we are looking for another large company which has just come into the country known as Teleperformance. Teleperformance is a French company. They have been based in Westlands, but they are moving the offices to Two Rivers in Kiambu. They have a capacity for 2,000 employees. You can see how huge it is going to be. They have an office in Mombasa too. We are going for them. Hopefully, we will be able to reach them. Some of you will find yourself organizing them, like the Fatma who is in Mombasa and my friend there. We may assign you some duties there while you are in Mombasa, because sometimes rather than go all the way to Mombasa, probably could be of some help to us from there. So that's basically, that is the brief history of the union. You will learn more about it. We'll be having a little bit of it. We are trying to improve on our website. Currently, we closed it so that we can do a little bit of modification so that it works together with the younger people like you people who are coming in. I know you want to go there, click their information, and be able to get response. That's why the lady behind here in specs and the camera was employed. She used to work for ISOT, but now she's with us. She can also take some of these photos. By the end of the day today, even before the end of the day, you will see some of that information online. The gentlemen here with the camera here are doing what we call COWUK TV. In COWUK TV, sometimes what we are doing, this thing now we're doing here is being covered live wherever you are. So if you went to your telephone, if you are on, if you go on the, what do you call the place? If you Google COWUK TV, or you go to YouTube and you find COWUK TV, you'll find what we are doing now being live there. We are trying to do that one because we are in the communication sector, so we should be able to communicate so that people don't look for information from us, but rather we give information to them. Why do we have this workshop? We have this workshop because our members at Fago demanded that we have a meeting, an election for shop stewards. There was an allegation, which I think was a true allegation, that the previous shop stewards were handpicked, they were not elected. And so when they raised the issue, we said, yes, we'll give you a chance to do it. The first people that elected shop stewards were in Mombasa. We sent people to elect, these two were elected in Mombasa. Anyeni, when he was still in Nairobi, were elected by those fellows we chose, because we were just coming into that organization. So we will easily be convinced to put leadership on the people you know, as opposed to the people that you don't know how. So they helped us to get into Fago. So we considered that yes, we will bring you on board. So elections were done about a month ago, and yes, about 7 was it? What? Yes. 7 were elected, and I think you are on here. So you are welcome, and I think the reason why we didn't want to have a workshop of 7 people. So we decided to get people in Kisumu. Even Jack here was appointed. I don't think he was elected. Appointed. I think he used to go there and tell me, hii kijana si mbaya. Unajua sangine huwezi kuweka mtu ambao ni mbaya. Unajua mbaya atakusumbua. So jaribu unaweka mtu ambao ni mzuri kidogo asiwe kama Wanyoro. So he came in, but now as soon as we have time, we'll go to Kisumu to have the Melake. Kisii is now becoming almost formidable. It's a big branch. Kisumu will have their branch. I'm told Malindi is having about 60 people now. We may have to go there and get shops to us elected in Malindi. We think Kitale is another huge center, and so is Kakamega. So as they grow, we shall be electing shop stewards, and that will help us. I've talked about the history of the trade union. I don't want to repeat. You learn all this through some of the documents that you will be getting from time to time. By the structure of trade unions, we are supposed to have what is called a national center. Many times I've seen people complaining that Atoli is doing nothing for trade union leaders. That has nothing to do. Atoli has nothing to do with what we are supposed to do in Fago. That squarely belongs to communication workers union, because you are our members. Until I have a problem which I need Kotu to help, if there's anything that is a failure, it is us, not Atoli. Atoli is the General Secretary of the National Center. Theirs is to formulate policies that will help us, go through trade unionism without any problem in this country. And that's why he sits on the many boards that where our members have interests. Like, say, for example, members have interest in NSSF because we contribute money there. Members have interest in SHA because we contribute money there. Members have interest in NITA because we contribute money. And even now NSSF owns National Bank of Kenya, and therefore we have a right to sit in the National Bank as trade union, so that we take care of the money that members have contributed. Those are the many things that many workers don't know. That's why the blame goes to Atoli many times. And I think the blame goes to Atoli many times because he's vocal. So he has created many enemies. Today, if I decide to be vocal, I know I'll have friends here and have enemies I like. But personally, I take a low profile normally, because I believe in dialogue, not because Atoli doesn't believe in dialogue, but Atoli kama ni baya ni baya, kama ni fire ni fire. Okay, mimi I believe that how can I, when I hear Brian breathing fire, I must say, who is this Brian? I must talk to Brian. We must see what Brian thinks about. Why is he complaining? So that we listen to him. It's important, and that's how I do it. I may not be right, but it has helped me to be here more than 20 years. And again, Brian will say, why 20 years? When shall I be there? You will be there. As I said, I was here in 1969, and I became a general secretary in 2021. I took my time. I found Atoli there, although we're the same age, but he became a branch secretary before me. Then I became a branch secretary in Kerecha and later Nakuru. So Nakuru I was elected to be here. So even any of you can be elected to be here. And I want to encourage you to just support yourself, support your members, support the national office, and we shall get where you want to be. Beyond the national level, which is Kenya now, we also have some associations, like we have ITUK, which is the East African Trade Union Congress, which brings Tanzania, Uganda, Burundi, and I think Rwanda is also there, and of course Kenya. And we have leadership from Kenya who sits there. We have an office in Arusha. The head of that office now is a Kenyan, the name of Rebecca Omolo. You must have met her somewhere. Rebecca Okelo rather. You must have met her. Those who have come for workshops. She has been doing climate change. So she's based in that place now. Beyond here in Africa, we have COWUK, which brings all the country trade unions, the Trade Union Congress of Uganda, of Nigeria, of South Africa. Together we go to Oato, which which is head office is in Accra, Ghana. Fortunately, Atul is the president of that organization. Beyond that, we have ICFTU, which is another global structure, which brings all the trade unions together. And then finally, as you'll be told, we have what we call ILO. ILO is a national labor organization which is formed in, I think, 1918, after during the First World War. And I think it has brought in there all the global unions together, and they have an office in Geneva, in Switzerland. ICF2 have an office in Brussels, and of course I said OWATU has an office in Ghana. Now, as communication unions, we also have a body that goes all the way to the global level. So for us, we belong to one called Union Network International. It is abbreviated as UNI. It has 3 offices in Africa, one in Tunisia, one in Cote d'Ivoire, and the one in South Africa, which is the head office for Africa. And the global office is in a place called Nyon in Switzerland. And our structures allow us for elections, like he said. Shop stewards can be elected to branch offices be elected to national officers, national officers go to the board, and those in the board can go to COWUK. Like I'm the Deputy Secretary General of COWUK after Trolley. I was sponsored by this union to go and take that position which I have taken. I may have to take it when the election comes again. So in Africa, we also have those positions. We have, I sit as a member of the National Executive Committee of UNI Africa. Okoto sits there also representing the postal sector, which brings in even courier services. And though he's my deputy here, but fully at a global level, sasa amepata zaidi. So he sits at the global level, is now the vice president for UNI Postal at a global level. That's why you see him, ametoka leo ameenda pale, sema usifikiria anakula pesa yenu, anaenda because he has got to do representation and see how the people in Brussels do postal service, how do they do courier services. He was recently in Thailand to see how they do their things. When they come, we share that information. And the sky is the limit, even for all of you. All you need to do is learn, as he said during the time he was giving you a few lessons. Learn to just go through those structures. If you have an ambition to become a general secretary, yes, that is your democratic right. You can be. And it is not about tomorrow. It can even be today, so long as we do it in a structured manner, so long as we do it democratically in accordance with the Constitution. I'm being told I'm out of time, but I think I want, because I'm going to leave, I will not come again until I come tomorrow to the closure. I must say all I want to say. So if somebody is telling me to keep time, these are new shop stewards, but we must tell them what we need. Yes. Am I taking too much of your time? No, not. You are the only one who can control it. This is your day today. Thank you so much. I'll try to be as brief as possible. Issues have been discussed about why are you paying this money? Why are you paying that money? Unions don't have any way of getting income. Because if we have to go get income from the president of this country, from the political parties, then they will control us. So the way the people who structured unionism let it be that we contribute our own money, give it to the union, let the union operate that money prudently, and therefore be able to serve the services like this ones we are serving here. Nobody is paying this one. It's the union who is going to pay for this facilitation. We are going to book this hotel. We are going to pay for this hotel. We are going to pay for the meals here. If there's any allowance for you to come here from that place in terms of how much money you used to be here, that money will be paid by the union. For those who came from Kisii, leo anaenda kulala hapa, lakini akitaka kulala kwa hiyo hoteli atalala. The union will pay. In fact, I'm sure Jack also came in the night. But the Mombasa guys came yesterday, and we slept here, isn't it? Yeah, so you sleep here, and the union will pay. Nobody will ask you to pay any cent. Tukijaliwa tukipata kidogo tena, naweza kusema kwa vile leo umetoka kule kwa fago upate a difference kidogo, upata kama 500, ingia kwa mfuko unaambia mama tulikuwa kwa auction na tunapata kitu kidogo. So hiyo pia inatoka kwa union. So unions must be independent. Now there's the 150 you pay for quota. Then people are wondering, why do you pay the union and pay quota? I think previously we used to get the whole of that money. Lakini quota akishapata kia kwa treasurer ya union, then anasema tutapeleka na anachukua hiyo pesa wanatumia. So where will quota get money from? The law was then amended so that pesa ya quota iende kwa quota, pesa ya union iende kwa union. That's why you pay the 150. So that's where if I get salary from quota, that's the 150 that pays me. Because you are many, you can be having about 10,000 members, probably 10 million members, for example. Then if you multiply there by 150, you can see the kind of millions that we get. If we get, that's what runs that office there. That's what pays Atoli, that's what pays me, that's what pays the staff that is there, and any workshop that they do like this one. Right now Atoli is in Geneva, is coming back today. For him to be in Geneva to represent us there, he cannot get his own money to be there. So those are things that we do. So I want to welcome you to this workshop. This workshop is going to be very interactive. I think we are not very bad in terms of gender representation. So next time we will try as much as possible. The law requires that we have to have some gender representation. You have tried, you people in Nairobi have tried. 2 against 5, Simba, 1/3, but suppose it's 1/3, so we are mbaya sana. 40-40. Yeah. That is according to you, but according to it is reality. 2/3 and a third. Now Jack, when you go back to Nairobi, Kisumu, ensure that ule mwenzako atakuja na wewe awe ni mama. Anyeni namna hiyo. Mombasa iko sawa. That's a 50-50. So I think I just want to take this time to thank you so much, particularly those of you in Fago. I want to say that you should not be very proud about it, but you feel proud because you are one of the largest companies that we have today after Posta and KBC. So you are important to us. We might have not done all that you want us to do, and I don't think there's a day when we shall give you all that you want to get. But what we want to do is ensure that we have stability in that company, so that the company continues moving on and on as we improve the services, so that the services are better. But if we struggle to kill it and we kill it, then we shall also go with it. So the best thing is to do, can we make it better? It is better than it was when we started. Those people like Anyeni, like Jack can tell you, I don't know who was there before. Fula, I've heard about you for some time, although we have never met, but I know you have been there for long enough. But it has been difficult, but yes, things have a little bit changed, and if we are strong, if we are together, then we are able to do it. The best way, you will be told by this man here. This man was the General Secretary of Petroleum Workers Union before he went where he is. Politics being the way it is, they somehow frustrated him like they did to many others, like we did to Chago. So he left, but he did that. He went and got another union. He went and studied as a young man. He's now done his degree work at for HR. He's teaching HR also. So again, the knowledge that he has is good enough. And it's a young man, very, you can see very young. This one is very young. It's the age of my son, I think, my firstborn son. So he has a series of knowledge. He will give you what you want in the tribunalism, in HR issue, what Philomena does not do well, you can share and he will tell you. And I'm sure you can challenge Philomena, although Philomena could be an HR person like he is. So I may disappear anytime after this. Is there tea?
There will be tea.
If there will be tea, I'll wait to take the tea, and after tea, then I'll leave. I'll leave, I'm going to do other work, and then I wish you a very good time today. Those who are coming from Nairobi, from Nairobi will sleep here. Those who have come from within Nairobi will be given transport to take you back home, and of course there will be an allowance for you being here today and tomorrow. And I think for those who came from Kisi, their transport refund will also be done, and those who came from Mombasa. We have rates which we have established within our offices. It may be less, it will be more. If, say, from Mombasa we underrated and we do less, maybe you can let us know so that in the future we know how to make it better. Yeah. Otherwise, have a good day. You have, I wish you a very prosperous day.
Yes.
We wish you a very instructive workshop.
Yes.
And on that note, may I declare this workshop officially opened, and have a very good day. After taking tea, I don't mind taking a group photo with these young people, so that tomorrow or many years later when I meet, this is the youngest one, I think,
Yes.
when I meet this young one, and she say, hey, I used to know you, and say, I even see your photo in my place. Karibu ni sana, be blessed. And then, over to you, sir. I can also listen to a little bit of what you are doing.
Yes, yes.
I may be old.
I don't know many things.
Yes, it's done.